Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 2nd of July 2021. There's going to be a new shrine every day for the next 2 weeks, so I'll be doing a daily shrine review for each of those. But basically, there are 2 killer perks and 2 survivor perks. We go over what they do, how they work, how the perk changes as you tier it up, what characters they come with, and at the end I'll give my thoughts on which ones I think you should buy with iridescent shards. Now keep in mind that there is going to be a shrine every day, so number one, I will try and do a shrine review every day. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I will try my damn best for you all. And number two, because it resets every day, there's a chance that you might want to just you know what I mean? Because it's going to be a new one every day. And they are doing 1,000 shards every day for a week, I think, to help you with that. So to be honest, don't be too bummed out if there's nothing to buy, because chances are, you know, we've got 13 or however many days of new stuff. So, well, not new stuff. Well, yeah, maybe new stuff, but like, you know, fresh stuff. So, you know what I mean? So like, don't be too bummed out. There'll be something for everyone, I think. We're just gonna get started, I think. Don't really have anything else to say. First of all, we have Agitation, which is a trapper perk, and this is a pretty interesting one. It's a bit weird. Basically, it increases your movement speed while transporting bodies to the hook by 6%, which is 12% at tier 2 and 18% at tier 3. While transporting the body, your tear radius is increased by 12 meters. So you move faster when you carry people, but your tear radius also gets increased a bit. I think this is pretty solid. I think it's pretty okay. To be honest, transporting bodies is not much of a focus as much when you play killer, so I don't know about taking the whole perk slot for it. It's very popular to have builds around it though. You could have this with Mad Grit, the new Starstruck perk, Iron Grasp, Save Best for Last. But honestly, you could use this on its own, and it's pretty good. Again, 18% movement speed can definitely be helpful. The increased tear radius doesn't really do anything. Like, you know, I don't know how that would benefit anyone. I guess this is good for like Starstruck, but I don't know. I think it's an okay perk. Again, I just think the issue of it is that like transforming bodies is not really something you think about a whole lot. So I don't know about taking up a whole perk slot for it, which is also why I don't like using Mad Grit or anything like that. So, you know, it's okay. It's fine. Next up we have Next up we have Empathy, which is a Claudette perk, and this is a aura perk. Basically, dying or injured allies' auras are revealed to you when within 64-meter range. Empathy does not reveal auras of allies when they are in direct contact with the killer. At tier 2 that is 96 meters, and tier 3 to 128 meters, which is absolutely crazy. That is, on some maps, that's probably like the whole map, basically, like on the game, I would say. That's possibly, you know, one side of the map to the other, you know. So that's dying or injured allies' auras. And we did have Bond the other time, and again, I still think that Bond is like my go-to perk. However, this one is also quite popular. So again, I would say this is also quite solid, because the range, like I said, even at tier 1, 64 meters is mental, let alone 128, which is just crazy. But I don't really have much experience with this one, because again, I've always used like Bond or Kindred, so I assume it is good. It's also good for challenges, I would say, because there's always ones where it's like, you know, heal 10 health states of people, which is like really tiresome. So I guess this would help with that. But I think just using it once again, like in place of something like Bond or Aftercare or something like that, like, again, the range is really good. So that's cool. Next up we have Overcharge, which is a doctor perk, and this one is pretty simple and really bad. Well, pretty bad, I would say. I don't know, maybe really bad. Basically, you have to kick a generator just normally, and it will trigger this perk, and the next survivor who interacts with that gen that you just kicked is faced with a tremendously difficult skill check. Failing the skill check results in an additional 3% loss of progress, which is 4% at tier 2 and 5% at tier 3. Succeeding skill check grants no progress but prevents the generator explosion. So it's basically what Dragon's Grip turned out to be. Basically, you kick a gen, it starts progressing as normal, but the next person who like goes to tap it or goes to properly work on it, they'll get basically, I think it's like the decisive strike skill check. I think it's slightly smaller than the DS skill check. I will have to like look that up, but I'm pretty sure it at least looks like it. I think it might be slightly smaller than what you get for DS, so just keep that in mind. I feel like most people can hit DS skill checks. But if you fail to hit it, not only will you lose the normal progress, but you'll lose an additional 5% as well. Which, you know, that can be pretty crippling. If the gen's almost done, that's probably, you know, that's like an extra couple seconds that you have to work on that. If you combine that with like Dying Light or Fanner or something, yeah, that could really dick you over, I guess, but that's a bit situational. And again, I feel like this is only really good for like newer players, which isn't a bad thing. I just think that like if you're someone trying to like use this in the higher ranks and everything and with better people, again, but just because people use DS, and I feel like most people can confidently hit DS skill checks, I feel like it won't really cause an issue. Like, you won't really have a problem with it. You'll just be like, oh, he's got overcharge, okay. Maybe like oppression, because actually I think oppression has the same thing. So honestly, I would just say rather use oppression or Dragon's Grip, because Dragon's Grip's a similar thing where it's like a booby trap kind of thing. As the description says, it's a trap, but a trap one must step in. Basically, like, you know, it's something they have to work on, so they are just stepping into the trap. But basically, I think Dragon's Grip's just better because it's also like a booby trap perk, but that one makes them exposed. However, that one also has a time window, so I don't know. But honestly, I would say there's a lot better perks than this. This is very weak, so, but not bad for new players, I would say. If I do have Winners of Opportunity, which is a cape perk, I feel like I'm talking about this perk every fucking month. I've talked about it loads of times before. Basically, you see auras of windows and shit within, you know, 20 meters, has a cooldown for a bit. Basically, it's really good, okay, that's all you need to know. It's very good. It's good for new players to learn loops and stuff, and it's also good for, like, average / experienced players, just for that, like, you know, so you know specifically what loops around and, you know, what ways to go and everything. Basically, it's very good. I feel like I'm talking about fucking Windows and Zanshin all the time, so, you know, I've done loads of in-depth reviews about that perk, so. Now I'm going to go over which ones I think you should buy with Iridescent Shards, and I think I'm going to say save it. I think Windows, if you're new, get this one, and even if you're like average but you're not like great at loops, like I've been playing this game since like 2019 and I still can't loop amazingly well, so I use this from time to time. I think it's good for new players especially to learn loops and windows and pallets. Also just breakable walls, I think, pardon me. But also, like I said, it's also good for experienced players just to have that bit more confidence. And again, just to see where the tiles are and everything. So, Windows would be the one I buy, but again, mainly if you're new or if you're just not very good at looping or you need a bit of help in certain areas of that and stuff. Because again, it does really help you with that. Other than that, I think Empathy, I think like a lot of people like this perk and will like this perk. If it sounds interesting to you, you can go pick that up. Like I said, you get 1,000 shards every day. As long as you started playing on the first day of the event, which was it Wednesday? I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was Wednesday. As long as you did that for the next 7 days, you get 1,000 shards every day. So honestly, if you feel like it, sure, because Club also has botany knowledge, which is pretty good, and self-care, which is absolute shit, and it was on here the other time. But I guess if you think you can benefit from that, sure. Again, I'm just like a Bond fanboy, really, so I just use Bond all the time. Agitation, again, I don't know, it doesn't feel that important enough to warrant a perk slot for. And Overcharge is just really bad. But again, I guess new players, But still, I feel like new players should not get used to using this, because after a while it gets very unreliable. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it from me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.